Okay, so we're going to find the equation of a line that goes through 2 points, and we're going to express the equation as 3 different forms. We're going to do the point-slope form, the slope-intercept form, and the general form. So here's our example. The points that we're given in this case are -3, 4, and 3, -6. So we're going to need a couple of formulas. The first is to calculate the slope of the line through our 2 points. So the formula for that is m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. It doesn't matter which point you choose for your x1, y1 and your x2, y2. You should get the same value for m no matter which one you choose. I'm going to choose x1, y1 is my first given point, and x2, y2 is my second. So I'm going to plug in my numbers. We have to remember that the minus signs in this formula are built in, and if our numbers are negative, we need to account for that by putting them in parentheses, making sure we don't lose a minus sign anywhere. Simplify, it looks like we end up with -10 over 6, which simplifies to -5/3. So that's our slope of our line. And our first step, or our easiest step to go from this point, is to figure out the point-slope form. So all we need for the point-slope form is the slope, which we already know is -5/3, and one of our points. So it doesn't matter which point we choose. We actually have infinitely many choices at this point. Any point on our line, and knowing our slope could give us a slightly different looking form of our point slope form of our equation. So all you need is one of the points, and you'll have the right answer. So I'm going to choose -3, 4. That's going to be my x1, y1. Plug them in, plug in my -5/3 for my slope. Simplify here because I've got minus a -3, so that becomes +3. And this will satisfy our first equation. We have our point slope form using the point -3, 4. If you choose the other point, it's going to look slightly different, but it's still correct. From here, we can easily get our slope-intercept form, which is the form that you're probably most often using, the y equals mx plus b form, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. So all you have to do to get this form from the point-slope form is to distribute through the parentheses. We're going to do that, simplify, and in this case we're going to have to add 4 to both sides. And when we do our computations, we should get our slope-intercept form y equals -5/3 x minus 1. So this will give us our most useful information. Our slope is -5/3, our y-intercept is -1, or the point 0, -1. And from here we're going to use this to find our general form. So the general form is going to be ax plus by plus c equals 0, or in this case we're going to move all of our terms to the left, make our x term first, our y term in the middle, and our constant term, or just the number, at the end. And we're going to try to express a, b, and c as integers. That will almost always be possible unless you're given a line at the beginning or points that are already irrational numbers. But in this case, if we have our points given to us are whole numbers or integers or fractions, we'll be able to express our general form with integers as a, b, and c. So we're going to start with our slope-intercept form, move everything to the left side, and reorder the terms. So x is first, y is second, and our constant term, which in this case is 1, is next. Now to clear the fractions, we just have to multiply both sides of our equation by the least common denominator of all the fractions. In this case we only have 1, so we're just going to multiply both sides by 3. Distribute through the parentheses, that should clear the fractions, and here is our general form, 5x plus 3y plus 3 equals 0. So at this point we'd like to check our work. The best way to check your work is to use a graphing calculator or a web-based graphing program. We're going to graph the 2 points and graph the line and see if the line does in fact go through our 2 points. So here's my graphing program. I'm going to plot first the point -3, 4, and then I will plot the point 3, -6. And now I will draw the line 5x plus 3y plus 3 equals 0. We're hoping that it is the line that goes through those 2 points. And it is, so we did get the correct solution. That's all.